Now at 6, taking charge. The new changes in the city when it comes to those dangerous lithium-ion batteries, what you can and can't do with them now, and fines for violators.
Commute changes, the change-up on the tracks for Long Island Railroad riders after some unexpected headaches, thanks to the new mega transit hub.
A New Jersey state trooper shot on patrol. New video and details about what happened and the hunt for suspects. That is where we start tonight at 6. I'm Natalie Pascarella.
And I'm Chuck Scarborough. The search is on right now in New Jersey for at least 2 people connected to the shooting of that trooper.
He is now out of surgery, and good news, he's expected to make a full recovery. He was hit in the leg. Police already have 1 person in custody. News 4's Pat Battle joining us live from Patterson. She has the latest from the hospital, Pat, where the trooper's recovering.
Indeed, we do, Natalie. He came out of surgery in mid-afternoon and is stable enough to have hosted the governor and the mayor as they came to visit him here at St. Joseph's University Medical Center, where indeed he is recovering. Many of his colleagues spent the day here at the hospital with him as well, but many more tonight are on the hunt for those other suspects who are still on the run. And Colonel Patrick Callahan calling this a very fluid, active, and ongoing investigation. Not many details available to us because they want to keep that close to the vest. They're asking anyone, though, who may have information on those suspects to please give police a call. Reporting live from Patterson, I'm Pat Battle, News 4 New York.
All right, Pat, thank you. A New Jersey family got a rude awakening last night. A giant tree fell on their garage. And not only did it damage the garage, it crushed the car inside. This happened on Lawrence Avenue in Westfield. Fortunately, nobody was in the garage or in the car at the time.
In Washington, Congressman George Santos is now officially under investigation by the House Ethics Committee. A subcommittee will look into whether Santos engaged in unlawful activity in his congressional campaign. It will also investigate whether Santos violated federal conflict of interest laws. Santos has been under fire since before taking office for lying about details on his resume. In a statement posted on George Santos' Twitter account, it says he is, quote, fully cooperating with the investigation.
It's a deadly problem in the city. Lithium-ion batteries are to blame for almost 24 fires this year alone. And now the city is taking action. New rules approved by the city council. The batteries must now be certified safe to be sold here. Refurbished batteries not allowed. Violators could face hefty fines. News 4's Miles Miller has details.
Well, it felt like spring today, but winter is back tomorrow. In the city, you can expect some rain, and some of you to the north will get another round of snow. Let's get right on over to Storm Team 4's Janice Huff.
Hi, Natalie. No warnings or alerts are in effect just yet, but we know the northern and western counties will see the accumulating snow and sleet, meaning slippery roads and poor visibility Friday evening into Saturday. For the central zones, including New York City, Connecticut, Lower Hudson Valley, into New Jersey, brief initial mixing and then mostly rain after that. Maybe some inland flooding because of the rain. Coastal areas will see 1 to 2 inches of rain, and gusty winds and a onshore wind will bring some coastal flooding at high tide on Friday night into early Saturday morning. For now, though, things are quiet. North of the city, it's clear. South of the city, we've got some clouds, but the storm itself is moving through North Texas and Oklahoma right now. Severe thunderstorms and tornado warnings in effect there. We won't get that here, but you'll get some coastal flooding at the Jersey Shore. This is Point Pleasant Beach. It's 55 degrees. Things are calm right now, but those winds are going to kick up in about 24 hours. Skies will be mainly clear, a few clouds mixing in for tonight, and it is a quiet first half of the day tomorrow. It's tomorrow afternoon when things get tricky, and we'll time that out for you coming up. Back to you.
All right, Janice, thanks. A boil water advisory is now lifted in Hoboken after Monday's big water main break. We know that break took about 2 days to fix. It caused flooding, traffic disruptions, and a day-long closure of Hoboken public schools.
The MTA is making some changes to help ease recent headaches for LIRR riders. The multi-billion-dollar Grand Central Madison Transit Hub opened on Monday. Since then, it's been greeted by cheers and jeers from riders. News 4's Andrew Siff has the changes commuters need to know about.
All right, so a lot ahead tonight. It's a first for an Ivy League college, what Columbia will no longer require for its admissions.
And pushing pot, the change by the state that will double the number of legal marijuana dispensaries here in New York City.
Also, the shift in strategy for one city to fight a growing problem, shoplifting, what police are doing now. The FDNY is looking into how somebody fell 4 stories down a dumbwaiter shaft in Hell's Kitchen. It happened just before 5 this morning at a building on West 49th Street and 9th Avenue. The victim was taken to Bellevue Hospital, but we have no information on the extent of injuries. Well, New Yorkers will soon have a lot more options to marijuana because the state cannabis management office is doubling the dispensary licenses. So this means the number will climb to 300 licenses. Most of those will be in Manhattan. The original plan was 150 licenses, but now it's, of course, being ramped up. The Office of Cannabis Management says it's actually received 900 applications so far. The office says it'll make its recommendations in April.
Officials are investigating a strange new fire at the scene of a massive, deadly house fire that happened just yesterday in Roosevelt, New Jersey. Police say that 2 hay bales were discovered burning this morning at this location on Cedar Court. Yesterday, police say a woman facing eviction from that home set it on fire and died inside. Her name has not yet been released. We're told at least 30 cats were also inside that house, and we still don't know if any of them made it out alive.
Well, Columbia University says it will no longer require prospective students to take the SAT or the ACT. The school instituted the policy at the height of the pandemic. Other Ivy League universities suspended testing requirements as well, but Columbia is believed to be the first to make this permanent. In a statement, Columbia said applicants can still take the test if they want, but that admission will be based on, quote, the rigor of a student's curriculum, their academic achievement, and their demonstrated intellectual curiosity.
Still ahead as we continue, stopping shoplifting. One new way of one of New York's biggest cities is cracking down on this growing problem.
Plus a giant cube opening in Lower Manhattan. Take a look. We'll tell you what's inside and when you can go inside.
There are more ways than ever to watch News 4 New York when you want. Just look for the NBC New York News Channel on Roku, Samsung TV Plus, and Peacock. Streaming 24/7. News 4 on your schedule on the NBC New York News Channel.
The only all-local team
is on today in New York.
Get the most accurate forecast. Trust a local to help you get around. Turn to the home team.
We get why it matters to you.
Darlene and Michael, Maria and Adele. The only all-local team is on Today in New York.
Lester Holt joins us now with a look at what's ahead on NBC Nightly News.
Hey, Chuck, ahead right here, the jury in the Alec Murdaugh double murder trial now deliberating his fate, but not before one juror was kicked off the case. We'll explain why. Plus, the cost to own a car getting even more expensive. We'll tell you about rising auto insurance rates when we see you tonight.
Lester, I kind of hesitate to ask, but where does New York stand in the insurance costs?
Well, according to new numbers, New York is the most expensive in the country. You shouldn't have asked. Only slightly topping Florida. Premium insurance here can cost more than $3,000 a year. Tonight, we'll give you some tools to try and lower what you pay, Chuck.
All right, we'll be watching. Thank you, Lester. See you at 6:30.
All right, some changes on the way as we toss things over to Storm Report meteorologist Jana Sa.
Hello. We've got some winter weather coming and some rain and some coastal flooding, a little bit of everything after highs are in the 50s today. So let's check it out. The timing of that storm is tomorrow afternoon. After 3 o'clock is when you'll see some light snow, maybe rain and ice starting to move into the area. Remember, we had highs in the 50s today, so the ground's going to be pretty warm and there won't be accumulation early on. But eventually, north and west is where you'll see most of the snow and ice in those counties. A brief mixing in the city, maybe some snowflakes, some ice pellets, but then it's mainly rain for the rest of the time. Wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour. That could push a lot of water onshore, resulting in coastal flooding at high tide on Saturday morning. So if you live in these areas, watch out for water 2.5 feet above ground level. Onshore winds, like I said, 2 to 4 foot waves and beach erosion, and maybe the closure of some of the coastal roads. Right now, though, things are quiet. That precipitation is way off in the south and west. We have a few clouds here and there. It will stay dry and quiet all night. These were highs today across the Northeast. Look at this. 20s to the north in Maine, but 40s, 50s, and even 60s down towards D.C. today. We had a high of 54 in New York City, 57 in Newark, close to 60 in Philadelphia, and 50s out across Long Island, even up to Poughkeepsie and Scranton. Everybody warmed up. Well, now things cool down for a couple of days. Tomorrow and Saturday, highs are in the 40s, but close to average. We're back up around 50 by Sunday, Monday into Tuesday. Right now, it's a beautiful evening, afterglow of the sunset, 50 degrees, and mainly clear skies in the city. Now, we'll stay in the 40s most of the night. This evening, you have no weather worries. The skies are pretty clear, just a few clouds here and there. You can see it's dry all the way through the morning commute tomorrow. It does cloud up around lunchtime. Rain begins in the city around 4 or 5 o'clock as expected. But if you're north and west, you're likely to start out as a mix or snow. Our exclusive 10-day forecast shows we're getting better, though, by Saturday afternoon into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Highs near 50, 40s next week. Back to you.
All right, Janice, thank you. New York's third largest city is cracking down on a growing problem, shoplifting, up 10% over last year. According to police, and now New York City of Yonkers, the city of Yonkers has a new plan they hope will keep thieves at bay. News 4's Mark Santia has the story.
Well, new at 6 tonight, people who live in West Nyack are fed up with the loud noises along the thruway. So tonight at a community meeting, they're going to demand sound barriers. Locals say that because of the construction on the Mario Cuomo Bridge and tow hikes at the George Washington Bridge, there's more traffic, which means more noise. Residents want those sound barriers to cut down on the noise pollution. Right now, there are barriers in Nyack, South Nyack, and on the Westchester side of the thruway, but not in Central or West Nyack.
The city is going to be without one of its public schools this summer. The Olympic-sized pool at Astoria Park will be closed for a $19 million renovation. It's getting a new liner, deck, and filtration system. The spray shower near the end of the pool will stay open, but the amphitheater will be closed. The Parks Department says the pool should reopen next summer.
A new theater will be opening in a few months in Lower Manhattan. It has quite a unique look. Let's check it out. Here's a look at the Perelman Performing Arts Center. It'll open near the World Trade Center this September. It's like a big cube. It's 8 stories. It's been in the works for years. It'll have 3 main levels, a bar, a terrace, and a restaurant. It'll have 3 theaters and a rehearsal space as well.
Coming up on News 4 at 7, robbery scheme. The new warnings about a theft pattern targeting Uber and Lyft drivers in the city. We'll be right back with Bruce Beck and sports live from Madison Square Garden.
You can't deny the facts.
There's only one local radar you can take on the go.
Storm Tracker 4 is only on our apps. You'll know exactly what's happening to keep you and your family safe.
No one else in the tri-state can say all that. News 4 New York and Telemundo 47.
Closed captioning provided by Toyota. Let's go places. The Spectrum Sports Desk is brought to you by Spectrum One. Fast, secure, and reliable. Internet for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi and a free mobile line. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrum.com for details.
Bruce Beck is live at Madison Square Garden for the debut of a superstar. Bruce.
Chuck, the New York Rangers are loading up for a run at Lord Stanley's Cup. Patrick Kane makes his debut tonight for the Blue Shirts against the Ottawa Senators, and the Garden will be absolutely rocking. Tonight, the big story, number 88, Patrick Kane plays his first game for the Rangers, who are making a strong run at the Stanley Cup. This is the toughest ticket in town. Prices are way up, and we're just off the Great White Way. Chuck and Natalie, it feels like a playoff game tonight at the Garden.
Going to be a good one. All right, Bruce, thanks for that. Still to come, the end of the road is near for the legendary rock group Kiss. The band has revealed that the final shows of their end of the road tour, that are closing things out just where they started. Kiss will play their last show right here in New York City. They'll kick off the final leg of the tour at the Moody Center, though, in Austin, Texas in October. Then they'll play 18 more dates, including their final 2 shows at Madison Square Garden on December 1st and 2nd. The pre-sale tickets are available on Monday. Chuck.
All right, coming up next on NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt. It's at the courthouse where the jury is now deliberating the fate of Alex Murdaugh. Not before. One juror, though, was forced out today. Plus, new air scares, an in-flight fire, and extreme turbulence. Tom Costello is tracking safety questions tonight for us. And car insurance rates rising, how you can cut your monthly car insurance cost. NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt is straight ahead.